Pozdravljeni, sem Marja Milič in gledate Manihao, prvi podcast o upravljanju denarja pri nas. Pogovarjala sem se v tej epizodi z Kyrylom Khomiakovom, ki je prvi mož Binance za področje srednje in vzhodne Evrope ter srednje Azije, je strokovnjak za bančništvo in pa fintech. Binance pa se je pridružil leta 2022, predtem je seveda pokrival ukrajinski trg. Ujeli smo ga, ko je prišel v Zagreb in je bil gost Leap Summita. Gremo na hitrco čez pogovor. Pogovor je posnet v angleškem jeziku in zelo kratek povzetek sem pa pripravila v uvodu te epizode. Sogovornik je Ukrajinec po rodu, pravi, da nima fiat valut oziroma da jih ima ravno toliko, da pokrije mesečne stroške, sicer pa je popolnoma zvest kriptovalutam. Pravi, da ima globalno, da ima Binance 190 milijonov strank, ki so jim zaupali 100 milijard dolarjev sredstev. Koliko jih je v Sloveniji oziroma v regiji Adria, sogovornik ne razkriva. Pravi pa, da tudi ne more posredovati nobenih posebnih zanimivih podatkov ali pa analiz statistik glede uporabnikov iz naše regije. Pravi pa le, da je vzhodna Evropa glede uporabe kriptovalut veliko bolj aktivna kot zahodna Evropa in da je to najbrž posledica gospodarskih razmer. Povedal je tudi, da ima veliko uporabnikov na njihovi platformi stabilne kovance, pa tudi bitcoin, ether, BNB, večina pa da tudi ni trgovalcev. Izpostavlja pa tudi, da je po novem na Binance možno tudi kopiranje trgovanj. Vprašala sem ga tudi, kaj pričakuje, da se bo zgodilo s kriptom trgom o prvi večji korekciji na borzi, v primeru, da recimo se zgodi korekcija okrog 60% na delniških trgih. Pravi, da je likvidnost na kriptotrgu še vedno precej majhna v primerjavi z likvidnostjo na recimo Forex trgu ali pa na borzi, obveznicah, da je pač tam likvidnost precej večja. In če bi se seveda zgodila takšna korekcija, 60% upad na delniškem trgu, bi najverjetneje sledil tudi temu bitcoin in tudi drugi altcoini, bolj zaradi sistemskega šoka. Z večjim sprejetjem kriptovalut, pa pravi sogovornik, se bo povečala tudi likvidnost na trgu in da bo tudi se zmanjšala posledično volatilnost. To je samo vprašanje časa, pravi sogovornik. Pravi, da je tudi in izpostavlja, da je njihova družba Binance transparentna in da če tudi bi 100% uporabnikov jutri prišlo za zahtevkom za izplačilo, to zanje ne bi bila težava, saj imajo 100 milijard dolarjev rezerv, ki jih hranijo v vročih denarnicah na Binance. Seveda sem ga tudi vprašala, kako gleda na zaporno kazen ustanovitelja Binance, CZja in pa na več milijardno kazen, ki so jo morali plačati. Pravi, da je zelo žalostno, da je moral CZ odstopiti z položaja šefa in da je CZ bolj zaslužen za razvoj kriptopanoge kot sam Satoshi Nakamoto. Pravi, citiram, brez CZja ne bi bili niti približno tam, kjer smo danes. Ob tem dodaja, da ta dogodek Binanceu sploh ni škodil, sicer pa da je prišlo tudi do manjšega odliva sredstev. Vprašala sem ga tudi glede pričakovanj po razpolovitvi nagrade za rudarje bitcoina. Pravi, da v roku 12 mesecev vidi 200% rast cene, pri čemer seveda izpostavlja, da to ni finančni nasvet. Hkrati pa poudarjam, da ni želel izpostavljati oziroma komentirati ostalih kriptovalut niti od Binanca. Meni, da je Bitcoin spot ETF odlična novica za panogo, da je panoga navdušena nad tem, da so se odprla kriptovrata tudi tradicionalni finančni panogi. Dotaknila sva se tudi skepse bankirjev do kriptosveta. Pravi, da je za tradicionalne banke predstavlja pač kriptosvet grožnjo. Binance in tudi druge kriptomenjalnice namreč delajo 24 ur na dan, 7 dni na teden, vse dni v letu, hitro, poceni in enostavno, ampak meni, da potem, ko bo sprejeta regulativa majka, da bodo tudi banke pred odločitvijo, ali bodo kriptovalute ponudili svojim strankam ali ne. Če ne bodo tega storili, bodo seveda manj konkurenčne na trgu. Seveda sem ga spraševala, kako bi strukturiral sam portfelj investicij, hkrati kakšno bi bilo razmerje bitcoina v primerjavi z altcoini, potem sem ga spraševala o meme-coinih, kaj je filozofija v ozadju meme-coinov, napovedal je enako usodo kot NFT, pravi, da dolgoročno meme-coini ne bodo preživeli in da gre za hype. Zelo je navdušen nad digitalnimi valutami centralnih bank in pravi, da to ne predstavlja grožnjo kriptotrgu, pač pa predvsem gotovini, za katero sicer tudi meni, da bo izginila in da je to samo vprašanje časa. Gotovina ni uporabna, razen če si kakšen preprodajalec drog, pravi. Zanimivo je tudi mnenje njegovo glede samih geopolitičnih trenj in pa konec koncev volitev. Pravi, da letošnje volitve so nekateri označili za kriptovolitve, kjer bo v bistvu precej veliko pozornosti namenjeno tudi temu, kateri kandidati podpirajo oziroma nasprotujejo kriptovalutam. V času snemanja te epizode se Trump še ni tako jasno izjasnil glede kriptovalut, 25. maja pa se je, in sicer je sporočil, da se ZDA ne smejo zadovoljiti z ničemer drugim kot z vodilnim mestom v industriji kriptovalut in da država mora biti vodilna na tem področju, drugo mesto je nesprejemljivo. Je odprt do kriptovalut in vsega, kar je povezano s to rastočo panogo. Je še povedal Trump v postu, in sicer volitve bodo 4. novembra. Tako, to je kratek povzetek, zelo kratek povzetek pogovora, ki je zelo zanimiv. Predlagam, da mu prisluhnete. V primeru, da boste imeli težave z razumevanjem kateregakoli dela vsebine, mi prosim pišite ali na Discord ali prek kateregakoli drugega družbenega omrežja. Jaz pa se potrudim in pripravim tudi povzetek in objavim na blogu money-how. Toliko z moje strani, uživajte v poslušanju in se seveda vidimo naslednji četrtek. Kyrylom Khomiakovom, welcome to our show.
Yes, thank you. Thanks for having me.
I don't know if you know, podcast MoneyHow is primarily focused on financial literacy, and today we will try to crypto educate our listeners. Okay?
That's
Sounds
great.
good?
That's what we love to do. Absolutely. Let's do it.
So the crypto industry is relatively young. It's full of innovations that many people need help to understand. I teach a lot in schools, and I noticed that around 5% of students in the classroom, mostly males, are interested in crypto, and the percentage actually varies. If we are in a crypto winter, the percentage is lower, and if we are in a bull run, the percentage is higher, but not higher than 10%. Are these statistics similar when we look at the general population?
Most probably, yes. It's more or less the same, 10%. We obviously have a slightly smaller number because despite the fact that we are the leading platform, we do not have all the users, right? Some users might be using other platforms. So for us in the region, it's around 5-6% penetration. So most probably 10% is the right number.
And mostly males, probably, no?
Not mostly, but males are definitely more than females, but females are catching up. So the number of the females is growing.
Do you have the percentage?
I'll need to come back to you on that, not on top of my head, but I think it's going to be something like 70-30.
70-30, yeah. I would like to talk to you about gurus. We meet a lot of self-proclaimed gurus in the crypto market. When, for example, I hear advice about investing in crypto from, for example, hairdresser, with all due respect to their work, I just grip my wallet tightly. These financial gurus always appear during bull runs. And crypto has generated a whole bunch of crypto gurus, in quotes. What are your thoughts on that?
Actually, the affiliate marketing, that's how we call it, is a big part of what we're doing and what all other big organizations are doing, right? So basically, it's not bad. Affiliates are not bad. So they're basically spreading the word, and they are promoting usually good things to their users. They're educating their users. They're introducing their users into some new technologies, including crypto. However, everyone needs to take this information with the pinch of salt, because you need to understand that whenever the affiliates and influencers are offering you something, they do it for money, right? So they're being paid for this. It doesn't necessarily mean that this is a good product or the bad product in any case, but we just need to be cautious of the reasons why they are doing it. And similarly to all other information, just most probably validate and double check this information. As we say in the crypto industry, DOR, which is the abbreviation of do your own research, right? So we encourage our users do not just blindly trust an influencer they like, but rather double check the information from the different sources.
But if we look at the statistics, and now if we look at the young investors, they are actually very much influenced by influencers.
Yes, and as I said, it's not bad, right? It's okay. Basically, how you can educate yourself in the YouTube these days. It's amazing, right? You can never get this information in any of the library or in the university, specifically in the hot trending topic. But you need to be very careful with the content and the information you consume, and do some informational hygiene, which is always a good thing.
Yeah, it's all about taking responsibilities also, if you're influencer. Okay, you're currently in Zagreb in Croatia, where you attended Leap Summit. You practically cover in our entire region, Central, Eastern Europe, including Central Asia and Africa. These are quite interesting markets for crypto, with wars going on and monetary instabilities in many of these markets that you cover. And some say that crypto can serve as a parallel infrastructure, especially in countries with economic and financial stability issues. According to the Binance data, which countries have the highest crypto penetration, usage, and engagement?
From my region, it's definitely Ukraine.
Mm-hmm.
I'm Ukrainian myself, and I know the situation very well. It's not just when the war started. It was historically like that in Ukraine, right? So the economy was not great, so people were looking for other options, how to save their assets and basically invest them and get more profits. But when the war started, it created a unique business case across the globe for the crypto. So three things. First of all, crypto is helping you to move your capital when you need to move to another city or relocate immediately somewhere else. There is nothing easier than just take your phone with you, right? Secondly, the crypto helps you to prevent your assets from the inflation, right? But the third and the most important one is the case about the charity. It was never the case before. So basically, people from all around the world were sending money to Ukraine immediately, in the night, in the evening, when banks were not working, without complicated packages of documents, without big commissions, but rather immediately, straight to the point, very fast, no problem, to government, to the charity foundations, directly to the people. So it demonstrated the power of crypto. Basically, this freedom of money that Binance is trying to give across the globe, so that people can use their assets immediately, fast, where they need to and when they want to do it.
But not only Ukrainians, also Russians took refuge in the crypto world when the war escalated.
So Binance do not operate in Russia. we have exited the Russia because of our compliance position.
When did you exit Russia?
In 2023.
Oh, that was after the war started. Okay, probably they changed the crypto exchange. There are probably different crypto exchanges there now. What about the Israeli and Palestinian conflict? Do you have any new customers there?
No, we are banned in Israel. Crypto is banned in Israel, so we do not operate there.
And Palestine?
To tell the truth, I don't know. That's not my region, and I don't have any visibility to that, so I cannot answer this question.
Okay, I was just asking because, we were talking about war. As you mentioned yesterday, you have like 200 million customers in total. Do you know how many users are in Adria region or ex-Yugoslavia that includes Slovenia, Croatia, Serbia, Bosnia, North Macedonia, and Montenegro?
Unfortunately, it's our policy. We do not disclose the number of users per country, so I cannot share it with you.
Even with when we talk about the whole region, you don't disclose the numbers. But you are present in all these markets, also in Bosnia, Macedonia, Serbia.
So in most of these markets, we operate on the reverse solicitation basis. So basically, we do not have local entity or the local teams that are marketing our services in the local language for the local users. However, if the users wants to use our platform in English, for example, and just find our website, they can register and use Binance services.
Do you also cover Slovenian market?
Yes.
You also cover, okay. Can you give us some specifics about a Slovenian customer on your platform?
That's not that easy to distinguish Slovenian from Croatian, from Ukrainian users. I cannot give you any specific interesting data or analysis. I just might say that Eastern Europe is much more active than the Western Europe in terms of the crypto usage. That's what we see, the percent of the penetration to the adult population is higher in the Eastern Europe. Most probably that's because of the economical situation. Most probably that's because of the users, our people more creative and more tech thinking approach. That's the only thing I can share.
Do you maybe can share about how big portfolios these Eastern Europeans have? Now you mentioned that they're active users. Can you tell us something about their portfolios?
So overall, we reached more than 190 million users across the globe. And our users, they trust us more than 100 billion in the dollar equivalent crypto assets. So that's what I can share with you as the global, a number of the users. But that's it.
Yeah, I was talking to Bitstamp. Do you know? Probably you know Bitstamp.
Yeah.
The oldest crypto exchange. Everything started in Slovenia. I don't know if you know
really?
that.
No,
yes.
I didn't.
The founders are from Slovenia. They're Slovenians.
Okay.
And when I was talking to Bitstamp, they said that average portfolio of retail investor is not that huge. It's a couple of 10,000 euros.
Yeah, might be the case.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Can we talk some more about the geopolitical frictions and the impact on the crypto world? Today, when we look around the world, there are a lot of tensions. Trading trading wars and wars, actual wars. So we have elections in U.S. China and U.S. tensions. How do you see geopolitical frictions impacting a crypto world?
Wow, I like your questions. It's always so impactful, like a global topics. I'm not an expert in politics, obviously, but I just can share that it's a big year for the elections, right, across the globe. And it's funny that what we are seeing from abroad, that the crypto card is being played in the US elections, right? The candidates are trying to grab the crypto-oriented voters, right? And try to somehow support and promote that they're crypto-friendly and they're supporting crypto. So it's interesting because someone's calling it the first crypto elections, actually, because these crypto users, it's interesting which candidate will have them. But I think overall, politics aside, crypto adoption is what is important, right? How crypto penetrates into our everyday life and how it can help us solve daily problems like paying for the coffee, right? Or protecting your funds. I think economical reasons are much more important and much more influential on crypto rather than political.
So you pay for your coffee with crypto, with actual crypto.
Sometimes I do. You cannot pay to the shop owner. They do not usually accept crypto payment. But there is a lot of the service providers, financial service providers, that do the conversion at the time of the payment. So they basically withdraw 0.0001 Bitcoin or whatever it is from your account. They convert it to the euro automatically at the time of transactions, and they send euro through the payment system to the account of this merchant. So these services are available and many people are using it, especially people who are trusting that their portfolio will go up. So they don't want to keep a lot of fiat money, a lot of euros, right? They want to keep the Bitcoin and spend only minimum amount that they should while their other assets are growing. So it's quite popular.
Now, when you say that people are buying coffee with Bitcoin, I thought that Bitcoin believers or Bitcoin, I don't know, investors are usually holding Bitcoin. I don't know how to say hodl.
Holding.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are, but they need to have coffee too. So
Of course, they need to drink coffee.
yeah, otherwise they will not be able to survive until the Bitcoin hits 200K. They will be just dead. So they need to have a coffee too.
Definitely. I also need a cup of coffee now. One more impactful question for you. Because Bitcoin has only existed since 2009, and it's the oldest crypto in the market. But crypto has yet to experience a real stock market crash like the one in 2008. What will happen, in your opinion, if the crypto market, if a stock market crashes by, I don't know, 60 or 70%, or maybe 80%?
Yeah. So crypto is quite a young industry, right? And the liquidity in crypto market is still quite small. So overall, all price of all the coins that are available in the market is less than $3 trillion right now. It's not comparable to the liquidity and the market in forex, stocks, bonds that are in millions and millions of dollars. So basically, despite the liquidity is quite small and the industry is quite young, it can be quickly influenced by the different news. So by the dropping of the stock market, as you said, or by some enforcement actions, or by some scam, right, or happening, or by some new product coming to the market, or some enforcement actions from the regulators somewhere. So that's why crypto market is so volatile, despite the fact it only goes up historically. We see this volatility that's happening on the market specifically because the market is young and the liquidity is small. That's why if the stock market will go 60% down, as you said, most probably the Bitcoin will follow and other altcoins will go even more because it's going to be like a system shock. But it's just a current situation. As we open the doors to the traditional money through the ETFs, through the more crypto adoption, the liquidity in the market will be increasing and the volatility will go down. It's just a matter of time.
It doesn't matter for crypto exchanges because they earn money if the crypto is going up or crypto is going down.
That's true. We have a very simple business model. We earn on the trades, basically. We have a very small commissions, but we earn on trades. What is important is we do not convert user funds to any other crypto, or we do not, of course, misuse user funds, right? We have our proof of reserves on the website available online, and every user can see how many crypto there is in the Binance hot wallets. And even more than that, every user can copy the hash ID of its transactions or its crypto and can check whether or not his 0.01 Bitcoin is in this hot wallet to confirm that his money is really there. So there is a full transparency, and that's why we are also quite flexible. Even if 100% of our users tomorrow will come and claim their funds, there is no problem for us to pay back to the users because we do not depend on any market volatility or the market situation. We keep user funds one-to-one in the assets that they're having.
So how many reserves do you have?
More than $100 billion equivalent.
And where are these reserves held?
On the Binance hot wallets.
Okay. Now, when you started to talk about full transparency and about misusing funds and stuff like that, so I have to ask you, your Binance founder, Changpeng Zhao, pleaded guilty and agreed to step down as chief executive officer in April, and he was sentenced to 4 months in prison. And the company also agreed to pay $4.3 billion in a U.S. plea deal in November last year. If we compare to Sam Bankman-Fried from FTX, it seems your founder just got a slap on his hand. One thing is also very interesting as a journalist, I'm a journalist, it's very interesting that there was not a lot of coverage in the media about your dirty deeds in comparison to FTX. Why is that, in your opinion? Do you have great crisis managers or maybe excellent PR consultants?
It's very unfortunate for the industry that CZ has to step down from the CEO position, because this person made for the crypto industry more than Satoshi Nakamoto. He basically created this whole crypto industry and made so much for us. Without CZ, we would be never near where we are right now today. And why is it different? Because the crimes that they were accused in is very much different. So what happened with CZ is that he has accepted the historical mistakes done in the past, specifically about the lack of the AML controls and servicing US users in the past until the Binance US creation. But it was confirmed that he was never, or Binance was never, misusing users' funds. That's why he haven't committed any fraud or anything like that. That's why these unfortunate events and the mistake from the past led to this fine, and the fact that CZ had to step down from the CEO position and was also sentenced for the 4 months. So that's very unfortunate for the industry. For the Binance, though, we have our new CEO, Richard Tang, that's a very strong leader, and that will lead us to the new Binance 2.0, I think, in the new world where the compliance is the key right now.
And how much did the whole thing affect your business? And I don't know, did your clients and investors react to this news? Were people closing accounts after that? And how much did it hurt your reputation?
Yeah, so it didn't hurt our reputation at all. And there was a little drop after the announcement of this news, because users are sometimes acting emotionally on the specific events that are happening. And when there's some FUD happening against Binance or about some other exchanges, if it's big, we see some users are coming to withdraw their funds. And it's normal, it's okay, right? We do not push them to keep, etc. So there was a small decrease, around a couple of percents of the overall user funds, right, compared to the total. But then after that, long time ago, we have catched up on this and increased it much more. So it was not something significant to the company.
Just one more question regarding that. American Justice Department has picked consulting firm Forensic Risk Alliance to act as an outsider monitor for Binance. Their task will be to ensure that Binance complies with this plea agreement, and they will also have access to internal records, facilities, and employees, so they can report on the company's activities to the government. What does that mean for Binance in general?
So I don't know the specifics about these arrangements, right? But it was a part of the settlement agreement that Binance has agreed to comply with for this monitorship company to follow up on the settlement plan that we have agreed with US authorities. But overall, it's a positive thing, right? Because it's going to be like additional controls, additional transparency, additional visibility for every users that do not have trust. They will be like understanding 100% that all working correctly. There is nothing to hide or anything like that.
But Binance will lose its independence in some way. Definitely will lose.
No, it's just a part of our settlement agreement. There is not a big issue.
Just one more question regarding money laundering stuff. Canada's financial watchdog also fined Binance with, $6 million Canadian for breaching money laundering protections. But Binance ceased operations in Canada last year, saying that the country's guidance on stablecoins and investors made the market impossible to operate in. Can similar thing happen maybe in other markets, for example, maybe Europe?
I cannot comment on Canada's situation because I was not a part of this discussion, and I don't think anything similar happening in Europe.
You don't see. Okay. Just one more question about FTX. I don't know, you probably read the news last week or this week. I don't remember when it was published that FTX customers will be fully compensated with interests for any losses they suffered in the bankruptcy. And I was just asking myself, what effect on the market do you expect as these clients are made whole? Will these funds be again invested in crypto or maybe somewhere safer?
Well, if the users are compensated, that's great. I would really like to see it because a lot of damage was caused by this situation. A lot, and significant damage to the people, right? However, I cannot see how they can be fully compensated because there was a hole of the billions and billions of dollars, right? I don't have like enough information to comment on this. However, the damage is already here, the damage of trust, right? And even if these users are going to be compensated, which I would really hope this will happen someday, that would be really great. The issue of trust will be not that easy to recap. And this situation, unfortunately, pushed the whole industry back a couple of years because of this lack of trust from users, from regulators.
Let's talk about the Bitcoin spot ETF. It's a game changer in the crypto industry. What do you think about the effect of Bitcoin ETF on your ecosystem?
Oh, it's great. It's
great.
Awesome event, and all the industry is very, very excited about this. So from one side, it's basically opening a lot of the new doors for the traditional financial institutions, for the people who were not tech savvy or were not having enough trust, for the corporates, for the funds, for the banks to invest into the Bitcoin. The more money comes into the industry, the better, the higher the price, the better the liquidity, all these possible outcomes. And the good thing, we are seeing it not just in US, right? The other countries follows too. So in Hong Kong, they started this. There is some other countries like South Korea are also planning to do the ETF soon. So I think it's a very good industry. One, from the inflow of the new users and new money, and secondly, by kind of officializing BTC, right? Making it not something scary, high risk, gray area, but making it like official. So that's another good thing about the crypto adoption.
So what's next? Ether ETF, Solana ETF, maybe BNB ETF? Is that even a possibility?
So I cannot comment on this because I don't know what the US regulator is thinking about this. So I don't know.
Maybe in Europe?
Yeah, definitely. Eventually, when the MiCA regulation starts working, that's what everyone in the industry wants, to have one clear framework, set of rules for all the stakeholders, which is regulators, users, businesses. And once this clear set of rules, this framework appears, it's going to be much easier to partner with traditional financial institutions, with all these other funds, etc. So it's definitely going to be the case very, very shortly after MiCA implementation.
Now that you mentioned MiCA implementation, how will this impact your business? Do you also plan, how do you plan your future? Because you know that MiCA is going to be implemented someday. Implemented.
It's going to be very, very soon. So it's going to be live for stable coins by the 1st of July this year, and for altcoins by the 1st of January 2025. So very, very soon. And it will reshape the European crypto landscape, let's say. A lot of the projects will go away. A lot of the different coins will have to go away. The products will reshape. But it's going to be very good for the industry in general, right? The projects who will survive, they will become much stronger. They will become fully legal. And it will open so many new opportunities to build, to create projects here in Europe. And I think it will drive overall an industry and an economy forward a lot.
So you see this as something good for your business?
Yes.
Just one more thing about ETF. While the Bitcoin spot ETF was awaiting approval, a lot of people were saying that there is a lot of market manipulation in crypto trading. How do you fight such practices in Binance?
Oh, we have a lot of the dedicated teams who are tracking all the activity on the spot, on the futures, who are checking all the transactional monitoring data, price speculation, potential violations, all this type of stuff. So they use all these tools, manpower, AI to track and check this type of case. We have a very strict rules for these types of the violations.
One more question about crypto exchanges. There are approximately 765 crypto exchanges worldwide. They are different, centralized, decentralized. Yes. How many of them you think will survive in the long run? Because probably there are some scammers among these 700 exchanges.
Not necessarily scammers, right? It's just like in every business, it's like how many banks will survive or how many restaurants will survive. It's hard to say. It's going to be like a usual, like a selection process, right? The strong projects will go up. The weaker projects that do not deliver the value will disappear. Basically, Binance was created in August 2017. And by December 2017, we become the global biggest exchange, number one, just for 4 months. And eventually, over time, we became the biggest ever growing startup in the world, in all the industries. So what's the secret sauce to this? How we were able to achieve it? What was so special about the founding team, CZ, industry? And the key to that is our values. The fact that in everything we do, in every decision that we make, we put our users first. Everything we do, we think how this will help the users, what product our users need, what problem does it solve for our users. So that's basically what the founding team and the leadership team is at Binance. Yeah.
So how would you describe Binance in one word? Just one word.
Freedom of money.
Okay, 2 words, freedom of money.
Ecosystem. One word is ecosystem.
Okay. Yesterday, I saw an interesting ad for Bitstamp. I don't know if you saw it. They said that they have been proudly boring since 2011. They say, we know crypto is exciting, but we believe crypto exchanges shouldn't be, because boring means reliable, simple, and secure. The same boring strategy can also be seen in some banks in US. I don't know if you know that. So the trend now is to be boring. Do you want to be boring?
That's the interesting angle from the marketing. Basically, we are trying to be very exciting for the users. It's a little bit different strategy, but it's a cool concept. I like it too. It's very controversial.
Controversial. We will see how it will be effective in the end. Let's talk about Bitcoin halving. It's behind us. Volatility in the market is high. Are you surprised how everything turned out? Will we have a Bitcoin bull run like in the past periods following halving?
No one can predict the price, right? Or no one can predict how the things will turn out. If someone says that they can, that's not true. However, the market works in cycles, and you can see some historical trends that are repeating itself eventually. So from the Bitcoin point of view, Maria, can I have just 1 second of the break?
Yes,
Sorry for that. Hey, sorry, I'm back.
No, it's okay.
I just needed to open the doors for my food. Otherwise, I will stay hungry like all night. I'm here in the hotel. Apologies for this interruption.
No, it's okay. You will eat soon.
Yeah. So I just wanted to finish on that. So on the halving, it never goes up immediately, right? It's just this 4-year cycle happening. So I have an interesting statistics. If you see the data at halving, 6 months after halving and 12 months after halving. So at halving is usually no big changes, right? Maybe even a correction. But after 6 months, it's in average about 50-100%. But after 12 months of the halving, they have not been the case when the growth was less than 300%. 12 months after halving compared to the halving. So if you look at the historical, all the previous 3 halvings. That's why we don't know whether or not it's going to be the case, but we can meet again after 1 year and see whether or not the history has repeated itself. Right?
Yeah,
I hope it will. I hope it will.
But where do you see the range level for Bitcoin, for example, in the midterm, 2 or 3 years, for example?
I see somewhere around these historical patterns. So in 12 months, roughly, it's going to be like 200-300% growth.
Wow.
That's not financial advice, right?
No, of course not. Of course not. Nobody believes you.
No professional opinion.
No. How many coins does your crypto exchange offer? Because there are like 10,000 coins in the market.
Oh, that's a good question. I think we have definitely more than 1,000, but how much exactly, I do not remember. There is always new listings. We delist some coins. Eventually, we have the trading pairs, many trading pairs for one coin if it's popular. But it's definitely more than 1,000. I don't remember from the top of my head.
And how does the process of listing of coins on your platform look like? Do you have this information?
Yeah, it's actually a very closed, very protected process within the Binance. No one is having visibility to this. So Binance Research is the department responsible for this. And the only option to apply for listing is to directly apply via the Binance Research website, because no one in the business, including myself, we don't have any information or any visibility on that. That's a sensitive information. That's why we have a very strict rules about this listing.
Before you mentioned Hong Kong, that they are thinking about this Bitcoin ETFs, and you mentioned that Israel banned cryptocurrency. I just remember that cryptocurrencies are also not available in China, or they are banned in China. How, for example, I was talking to one banker, Slovenian banker, Blaž Brodnjak, and he said in an interview, he's the CEO of the largest bank in Slovenia, and he said in the interview that he would ban crypto. You are also a banker. How do you comment that?
That's basically nothing short of unexpected, right? Because for traditional banks, crypto is the big threat. Because Binance works 24/7, 365 days a year. Immediate, cheap, fast, easy, unlike traditional banks, right? So we both serve the same purpose, to get people the freedom of money, right? But the traditional fiat currency and the supporting infrastructure is yesterday of this, and the crypto is tomorrow. That's why definitely all the new technologies, they scare people off, right? And that's why traditional financial institutions, they don't want crypto. They want crypto to disappear because they don't want to change. That's, I think, the main impression of the traditional bankers to this. I don't know about this gentleman, of course, that the one that you are saying. I don't know his perspective or his reasons, but in general, that's what we see. However, most of the financial institutions, they understand that they either they accept working with crypto, or they will be not competitive in the market. So as soon as the MiCA regulation will happen, and regulation in the banking by the central bank, it will be possible for the banks to operate in crypto. All the banks will have to make a decision. It's either they will offer this service to their users or they will become less competitive in the market. So that's the transformation of the traditional finance that all the banks have to go through.
So what do you think about banks in our region? You think that they will accept or they will do business and operate in cryptocurrencies?
That's the strategy of every bank, right? They can reject the technology for the long time, or they can be the pioneers who will implement this technology and offer to their users. That's their strategy and their decisions they need to make. It's how they are risk adverse, how they are technology adverse, etc. But again, it's either you accept it or you become less competitive. That's my view.
Mm-hmm. And to what extent is the lending of assets or staking still interesting given the rise in interest rates?
So in the fiat money, I don't have visibility because I don't have fiat money, right? And
you don't have fiat money at all?
No, I just have fiat money for the monthly costs covering. I don't hold any fiat money in my bank account. And from the Binance perspective staking, of course, we have this service for staking, and there is different options. You can add a little bit every month, every week to your account, or you can stake specific stable coins or altcoins and earn yearly yields. So that service is quite popular, and the rates are quite low. However, users are getting these additional benefits. We have a big platform, not platform, but a service that's called Binance Earn, and all our users can stake most popular assets and you earn some yields.
Now you mentioned that you don't have fiat money. How did you pay for your food?
So I change my crypto to my fiat money when I need it, but I do not hold a lot of the fiat money in my pocket or in my bank account. So sometimes I use euros to pay. Sometimes I pay directly from my crypto account, as I explained to you the model.
Mm-hmm. Okay. What would be suggested allocation of crypto assets in a long-term oriented investment or savings portfolio, in your opinion?
Oh, it's very individual question, right? So it depends really on someone's risk appetite, right? But what I definitely do not suggest doing is to copy my strategy, is to go all into the crypto without understanding and enough experience of how this can benefit you. What I can suggest to the users is to just put a little bit small amount that you do not afraid to lose, because as we discussed, crypto is very volatile and it can bring you a lot of money, but you can also lose everything. That's why it's important to practice risk-based approach, right? And just utilize a very small percent. And as you go more experienced, as you have seen, like many situations, positive and negative, as you get more practices using the crypto, then you can potentially add to your portfolio. But I would really recommend to start very small.
Mm-hmm. And what would be suggested composition of the crypto component of the portfolio, Bitcoin versus altcoins?
So this I cannot suggest. I can only say do your own research, right? DOR, and then validate your risk appetite. Basically, Bitcoin is a strongest, less volatile asset, but it cannot grow like a meme coins, right? Every users what they want, invest $100 and take 1 million tomorrow. So that's basically not happening every day. That's why you need to apply validated, balanced strategy based on the coins that you know yourself, not heard from some influencer that it will grow 1,000% tomorrow. But validate it yourself and balance it in your portfolio, and do not go all in, but just investing a little by little.
Mm-hmm. And what are the most frequent trading and investing strategies that your clients deploy, if you can tell us?
So a lot of our users are holding just stable coins. Mainly are holding like a big coins like Bitcoin, Ethereum, BNB. And traders, which is not the majority, but that's like a professional traders that trade a lot. They have all the types of the strategies, and they use different tools to trade, etc. I actually recently introduced a product that's called copy trading. It's a very interesting product. It's for the new users. They can follow some successful traders, and they can copy their strategy. So, for example, if the big users is trading big money and he is successful, you can just automatically copy his strategy and not just get the profits from the best ever traders, but also get a lot of experience from understanding their strategy. So I think it's a very good product for someone who is looking to optimize.
So copy trading is something new on your platform?
Yeah, it was introduced just a couple of months ago. It was for derivatives, for futures, but now it is also introduced for the spot copy trading.
Mm-hmm. Because that's the business model of eToro. That's why I'm asking. Okay. I don't know if you know eToro. You know probably eToro.
Of course, I know eToro, but I'm not a user of their products. So
yeah. Okay. What is, in your opinion, Bitcoin's future role and Ethereum future role in the global financial system and the worldwide Web3?
So I think it's going to be developing, and it's going to be growing very, very fast as it grows through the financial markets, through the ETFs, through the crypto adoption in the daily people's life. And the volatility will be always there in the market, but eventually it will always go up if you zoom out a little bit. And the same for Ethereum, the same for the other big coins.
Mm-hmm. Many coins have been labeled as the Ethereum killer. One is also Solana, which has emerged as one of the leading altcoins. So what do you think about Solana?
I cannot comment on the specific projects.
Not at all. What about BNB?
Oh, BNB, of course. No, I'm joking. I will not even comment on the BNB, to tell the truth, because I do not want to be one of these influencers, as you said, that are shilling their coins. I just want our users to be cautious and do their own research.
Maybe we can talk about meme coins and about the philosophy behind the meme coins.
Sure. Sure.
What is the philosophy behind meme coins?
It's a cool thing. How the market operates is crazy, right? And you can never predict it. But for me, it's just, I consider it as a temporary trend. It's very similar to the NFTs to me. So that's like a behavior of the young people, young population, that they see something good looking and they want to buy it. So that's the idea of the meme coins. And of course, the idea of get rich quickly, right? When you can invest $100 and end up with 1 million tomorrow, which is, of course, a big fairy tale, because on every case when someone got rich overnight, there is 99 cases when people just lost all their money. So I can buy some meme coins just to understand how our user thinks, just to understand their behavior models. But I think it's hype, and long term it will not survive.
I just have a few more questions. I would like to just talk about stable coins, especially Tether has also been under a lot of scrutiny, and Binance also had the USB stablecoin. However, you ceased to provide support. Why did you reach such a decision, and what developments do you expect with stablecoins?
So I cannot comment on the specific project, and these two are projects too, unfortunately. So no comment on this one. And just wanted to say that the stablecoin industry will be significantly different here in Europe, because only the stablecoins that have the MiCA license will be available for trading. So most probably a lot of the stablecoins will go away. However, it will also open the doors for the euro-backed stablecoins that are currently, I think there is a lot of projects that are applying for the MiCA license, the euro-based stablecoins. So this actually will give a good support to euro and to the euro economy. So it's actually quite good thing for Europe.
Mm-hmm. And what do you think about central bank digital currency? Are they compatible with the blockchain infrastructure?
Oh, I love this one. I can talk about this forever, but I'll try to be like short. I'm positive about CBDC because CBDC is never a threat to the crypto. CBDC is threat to cash, right? So with the CBDC is not trying to replace Bitcoin or Ethereum. It's trying to replace the cash on your account or the cash in your wallet. So that's the thing. And what it does, it makes this fiat infrastructure much more easier, faster, and transparent. So the operations with your money becoming basically easier and cheaper. One thing that can be a concern is for someone who doesn't want to have a full transparency of their spending and how they use their money. But in reality, it's just a minor number of the people that are worried about that. In general, most of the population is okay about that. For the crypto, it's no threat. It's actually a positive thing because it's another use case for the blockchain. So if the CBDC start working, it's going to be a confirmation that blockchain is the technology for tomorrow on finance.
Mm-hmm. Now that you mentioned that CBDCs are a threat to cash, one thing that's very interesting in our country and some other countries, in Slovenia, they want to include cash in the constitution. What are your thoughts on that? Because with cash, we also get anonymity. I don't know how to pronounce that. Anonymity. And cash is not as complicated as crypto.
So cash will go away.
You think?
It's just a matter of time. Even now, what do you do with cash? If you have a bag of cash, the only thing you can do with this cash is to pay in the restaurant. You cannot buy a car for the cash. You cannot buy a house. You cannot buy gold. You cannot buy crypto. You can buy nothing with cash except of some very, very small minor transactions. So cash is yesterday, before yesterday. So it will definitely go away. And I don't see why do we still need cash. There is no use case for cash anymore unless you are some drug dealer like sitting on the cash, but still.
I agree with you. I live cashless for approximately, I think, more than 10 years now. So I agree with you totally. But yeah, in Slovenia, they want to include cash, the right to have cash in the constitution. Maybe if we can just answer one more question. Frauds in the crypto world are like everyday thing. What are the golden rules to avoid fraud, and what are your experiences?
Yeah. So frauds and scams is really a big pain for the industry, but it goes down over time. So year over year, the number of frauds and the scams are smaller. However, the scammers, they become much more advanced and much more professional. They are progressing very fast too, similar as the protection to be able to breach this protection. So safety is very, very important. And how you protect your personal data is also very, very important. What happens right now is amazing. So they use AI to fake the documents, that they use your friends' pictures to get into your computer. They use all these social media to gather your information and then address you as someone that knows you for years or maybe knows you better than yourself. So they become so sophisticated that financial literacy is basically super, super important. So I really encourage people to be very careful to not get scammers into their devices. Be very careful if you share something with the person you don't know, or you can always double check, or opening or downloading any files that might be even not suspicious. So I think it's the key to increase the financial literacy and continue digital education.
So we began this interview with financial literacy, and we can conclude this interview with your advice that financial literacy and also digital literacy are very important skills for a modern investor or person.
Yeah, critically important. Yes, so I encourage everyone to be super careful about this.
Okay, thank you very much for a very interesting interview.
Thank you, Maria. I also enjoyed it. You have a great questions. So I'm looking forward to meeting you again in 1 year, see if our forecasts made it or not.
I will remember that. So in 1 year, you will receive my call.
Okay, cool. Thank you very much.
No, hvala tudi vsem, ki ste nas danes spremljali. Poslušajte Money How, ne bo vam žal in lep pozdrav.